Hello, it's Iris Attar here, the Art Gypsy for the next 12 months, and we are currently camped in Kingston on the coast of South Australia, heading towards Adelaide in the next few days. It's been very windy, extremely windy. We did the Great Ocean Road a couple of days ago, which was absolutely fabulous scenery, but incredible wind. In fact, the winds were gale force with rain, and that was at the beginning of the day. We had a lot of rain, but then the sun came out and we had sunshine for the rest of the day, but still gale force winds. But it was an incredible coastline, the limestone rock formations, the 12 Apostles, which I think might now only be 7 Apostles. London Bridge, which was a limestone big stone formation in the ocean that collapsed in 1990, with people walking on it, and luckily nobody was killed. People scrambled towards the shore and 2 people scrambled towards the rock, where they had to wait for 3 hours, I think, before they were rescued by helicopter. And I'm really inspired by wild coastal landscapes and the colours of the ocean, especially the beautiful that light aqua turquoise colour of a tropical ocean, but also a southern ocean. And as an artist, I'm really inspired by colour. In fact, colour is one of the main reasons that I love to create. Colour and just the joy of creating. So why are we travelling around Australia? Well, my partner is quite adventurous, and he in the past had built his own catamaran. It taking him 4 years to do it, and once he completed it and launched it at Nambucca Heads, he spent the next year fitting out the interior of it, and after that he lived on it for the next 15 years. I think he only slept off it about 6 nights during that time. He sailed to Fiji for a year, the Philippines for a year, Indonesia for a year, and then he sailed up and down the east coast of Australia, taking people whale watching, diving, snorkeling, all that kind of thing. So he's a very adventurous man. And I'm lucky enough to have met him. I was his Airbnb guest 3 years ago, the Airbnb guest that never left. But we're really well suited to each other, and we're having a fabulous time. The beginning of our journey going around Australia. We did spend 2 months in Tasmania last year, and then 7 weeks going to Port Douglas in Queensland. And this year we went to Broken Hill for 3 weeks. And now we're spending an entire year going around Australia. So this is going to be really interesting for creating artwork, but I'm really inspired by the coastal landscapes. The Great Ocean Road was the best day we've had so far, no matter that it was terrible weather. It was just brilliant, brilliant scenery, and the power of the ocean was just incredible. When I was 2.5 years old, my parents decided to come to Australia from Finland. I was born in Finland, in Helsinki. My parents were Finnish, and I think I'm from a long line of Finnish ancestors, so I have my roots very deep in that country. But my parents came here for 2 years and ended up staying. That's another story. But we came out on a ship that left from Genoa in Italy. Took between 4 and 6 weeks, I think, to sail to Australia. We went through the Suez Canal. My father got out for the day and went to Cairo for the day. My mother and I stayed on the ship because it was too hot for us. And so yeah, I have black and white photos of my father in Cairo with a box brownie around his neck, big black sunglasses and camels and men in turbans in the background, so very exotic for a young person. But I think that the 2 things that adventure of my parents gave me was, number 1, a love of travel, And I've done a fair bit of travelling in my life. And number two, a love of the ocean and wild coastal landscapes and beaches. And also, on the not so positive side, a terror of drowning, which possibly came from my mother warning me on the ship to, I don't know what. I've got no memory of it. I was 2.5, but I love the ocean and beaches from the land. I get seasick. I'm very glad that I didn't meet my partner when he had his boat, because I don't think that would have worked out. But anyway, I have been wanting to go around Australia since I was 7 years old. When I was 7, my mother bought me a picture book. It wasn't a very good story. It was, someone had photographed 2 Barbie dolls in Central Australia. But what really stayed with me was the amazing colours of the earth, the deep, dark, rich red soil contrasted with the white, stark white of the ghost gums, the eucalyptus trees. So even then I must have had an artist's eyes and an artist's soul, because those colours really spoke to me. And I've wanted to go to Central Australia ever since. And so during the latter part of our trip, that is where we will be going, which is very exciting. So as I said, we are in Kingston. We're parked in a caravan park not far from the ocean. The cover on the bikes is blowing around like crazy. So that is the Southern Ocean over there. We are in this caravan park. Weather here at the 12 Apostles. This is one of the reasons I love travelling, but I was not going to come all this way and not see them. So I'm glad I got my raincoat on and braved the wind and the rain to come and see them.